4 sevens, 4 stirs, 4 on the floor, plus 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 whores, 4 score. AK-47. AK-37, Alpha Cavalarian 37, uptake AK-37, up to Aki, 0432, here we go, code and clue, trifecta, capital P, capital A, 21 turned 22, and I met her on that day, and we conveyed her name, communicated in a new way. Kazuminton. Archangel Kazuminton. 4447, all mine. 7777, Archangel Surya 7, witnessed by Archangel Michael. Whatever, capital hat, not capital hate. April 7th, my marriage to Juju Blake. Tricked and forced, we owned it. Juju Blake, July 3rd, turns 13, Transcendence Day. When the trance ends, you can dance, 111. Ask GG33 about 11, related to the 9/11. 9/11, they had to come up with a number. What do you dial to reach the authority? Well, that's the false authority, fire, police, ambulance. They try to get it right, but truth lies in plain sight. We could have 137, every four walls in a ceiling has a smoke detector. Obviously. Every house has a fire extinguisher, obviously. Look at Holland. They have the highest rate of fire extinguisher. Some areas 100%, other areas 80. They got 2 bikes for every person, but we don't. Our smoke detector rate, even currently numbers functioning in Vancouver, well, anyway, it's so much less. It's ridiculous. Fire extinguisher rate, maybe 5%. 1 in 20 apartments has one. You don't have to be afraid. You just want to put out your own fire instead of calling 911. Don't want to call the police. You don't need to. The neighborhood already took care of that shit. It cleaned up itself. The VPD, Vancouver Police, everybody knows. Coming up on 247, I'm not saying anything new if you're from Vancouver and you're smart. VPD brought the meth tardation, the meth epidemic, and the tolerance that you would need so that it could grow in plain sight. And you could share coffee with a disgusting, stinky bum who didn't appreciate it at all and mouthed off to you. And also got donuts and a sandwich for later. After all, I like to eat like you. And you thought, I'll never do math. It's so ugly. Disgusting people. They stink. Wear their pants down on their butt. Vancouver properties, although they may have had a general increase, 333. Over time, they could be double or triple that. Quadruple without the meth. Highest rate of bike theft, highest rate of homicide, comparable with New York. 347. And the mayors couldn't stop it, and they blamed the police. 2 mayors in a row say defund the police, defund the Vancouver police. They're a fraud. I lived 10 years homeless. I lived homeless in Vancouver. I'm born in Vancouver according to my birth certificate. Everyone knows they brought the meth, and then the Canadian government funded it to the tune of billions. Billions. I'll put a link in the description. There's a movie about Vancouver that some guy made, and really worth watching. Short, real. Talks about the homicide rate, the crazy rates. It's the drug meth. They feel entitled, they don't care, they stink, and the police wanted to grow them, so they didn't stop them. You could buy a Faces of Meth calendar with a bunch of ugly faces. homeless people sold those on the streets of Vancouver and made money. Is that funny? I don't know. Which direction should you point the camera? And tolerance? Why? Because the police say so? What would intolerance bring? What would you and I, together, standing up straight, what would we say? What would they think? What would we speak? What would we sing? I'd get every church together and be intolerant. 537. That's a 53 and a 37 together, and it's my mailing address. 537 at 1771 Robson Street, Vancouver, V6G3B7. G in the middle, 555. Solfeggio frequency. At 555 Homer, Salvation Army in Vancouver. Cops pointed a shotgun at my head. Said, stand down. I said, it's impossible. You can only stand up. There's no such thing. Why don't you speak English like you've done this before? You're criminal, committing a criminal act. Caught you in the process. Stand down is a military term, and it means put your weapons down. I am not military. My mother is. She's copped and chipped because she's brain damaged. She went through the windshield, and I was born on September 10th at 3:33 a.m. And then a Jew steps in and says, I'll be his godfather. And he only intervened a couple of times to give me knowledge. At age 7, I did a shamanic figure 8 walking circle, and I still do this today. He gave me the superpowers of flying 2 places at once and telepathy, and I have it today. And I speak to Shannon and Juju Blake in this way. We are from Lyra, self-recognized star constellation. Tonight I met a lady whose dog is named Sirius and whose son is named Tycho. Moon reference, star reference. 737. I did not get a passport for 3 years, could not get one, threatened the Vancouver police. Well, actually made a YouTube video stating to the Vancouver police that I would become mayor and kick those police out and make a new charter of self-governance and our own Vancouver high vibration security team. Immediate zero tolerance for bicycles. We need them. It's ours. Immediate methards. You live on the east side, we live on the west. Main Street, you do not cross it, we split it. Our side is clean. I'm not kidding. My first wife calls me Jax Teller. My dad is pres of the MC, Ken Darwin on the US side, Darwin, when we crossed from Detroit to Vancouver. I won't say where we crossed. I was just a little wee one. I'm reborn in Vancouver, birth time 3:33, September 10th. Is my birth certificate time. I'm given a Canadian birth certificate. I have dual citizenship. I have Elon Musk and Trump as friends. I read Art of the Deal. I read Think Big. I applied for The Apprentice, the Solstice edition. That's the GM Solstice car. Sexiest car you could buy at the time, especially 911, especially for the price. And my offering is that I said before Trump, I said, the solstice comes in 7 colors. Here's 7 brochures. Pick your favorite color. That's it. I don't have to explain that to you. Everybody watching this far, 937. That's a 9 and a 37. That's both of my signs covered. So when you dial 911, you reach in a false authority, fire, police, ambulance, but we have no fear. We're not there. We don't want that. But for the control, the linguistic control of humans, because we have a neuro-linguistic aspect, you can define it as that. Words, logos, Hugo the Poet, Laurel Erica, name drop. Mark Passio, Greg Braden. So, 911. Why those 3 digits? The Jews encoded it. It's Jesus' actual birth date. The year 3 BC on 9/11. 9/11, Towers 127 collapse on September 11th. According to the book Story in the Stars by Joe Amaral, and only from the work of this astronomer, who incidentally has the longest running Christian weekly television broadcast. Story in the Stars. A blood moon is the final defining factor to say that Jesus' birthday falls exactly September 11th in year 3 BC. Joe Amaral, an iconic, amazing human being on this planet Earth. Read Story in the Stars, learn astronomy, become an astronomer. I didn't have it in high school or elementary school. Copernicus.world, 1111. Copernicus.world is my website where I have an astronomy test for all ages. You'll love it. It's hilarious. It's funny. It's smart. It's accurate. Veritasium and Vsauce, 2 science vloggers on YouTube, are among my 21 world icons that witness my work. Very important people to my work. 37. Veritasium knows that number, and 42. He knows the magic of these numbers. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, thumbs up and a clue, allegory, this we do. I live 9 years of my life as a spoken word poet, street prophet, homeless, solo traveling, living under bridges and waterfalls and rivers. Five years in South America, Medellin, Colombia, 1212. So Juju was age 12 in grade 7, 1221. We're from Lyra. Add 1,000 years to her age. She's 1,012. We were directed to be married. Well, we're from Lyra. We're royal bloodlines on Earth. We came here to lead. 1237. You're going to see us lead. Elon Reeve Musk. 37, 37, 37. Or 999. It's bridged. 9 ways to 37. 9 ways to 37 by Elon Reeve Musk. 9 connections. Mathemagic, take any angel number that's triple digits, like 777. Divide it by 37, get the sum total of the digits. That's 21. Again, 21 and 37 are both here. 12 moons or 13, what should it be? That's a question, too, you find at Copernicus.world. My street poetry and my artwork paid for my food, but I couldn't rarely afford a hostel. People were not that generous with the money. 1331. Amir, my address, 1771 Robson. 1337. Alpha in American coding. Alpha 2 capital A's. Juju Blake is the chosen one. 1347. 1350.